Okay, guys, so how many of you have been reading this in your class?
I've been reading it twice.
You read it twice?
I
Awesome.
read it in Miss Rodriguez.
And you read it in Mr. Rodriguez's class?
I read it
Cool.
two in the same class.
Okay, so what's my title here? Wait a minute, think about it. Think about it. Joe Adele? Dear Juno. Good. What does it look like? What does it look like he's doing in this picture? Jacqueline?
Opening a letter from his grandma.
Well, he looks like he's opening a letter, right? Okay. What else is going on in this picture? What else do you see? Justin?
There's like a little triangle thing.
Where? Over here?
No.
What are you talking about?
Just like, see where his hand is?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, see what he's like touching?
Yeah, what is it? What do you think it is?
A piece of paper bag for like an envelope or something.
A piece of paper from an envelope? Okay. All right. Who do you think this is?
Yeah.
Juno, but do we know that?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, do we know? If you had not read this yet, do you know that that's who that is?
Yeah.
You can guess that it's Juno, right? Because it says, Dear Juno. You can guess, you can make an inference that this is going to be the boy that we're talking about, right? Okay? Let's see. Does anybody remember what genre this story is? Think about it a minute. And talk to the people around your desk and see if they remember what genre this book is, this story is.
What genre?
Genre is like, is it fiction? Is it nonfiction? Is it realistic fiction? Is it poetry? What is it? Do you have any ideas? Are you thinking? What do you think it is? Talk to your partners. Talk to the people at your desk. What is fiction? What is fiction, Elise?
Something that can't happen.
Something that's not real, right? Okay. Can you have a story that's not real but could be real, like it could happen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, this story is realistic fiction. While this may not have really happened, it could happen, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Jacqueline?
It's like it's like the meal, like if your grandma's really lost. I mean,
Try to explain it. It's okay.
it's like if someone tries to give you a note, it might happen.
It might happen. Right. Okay. So, let's go to our first page. All right.
I on this page right here.
There we go. Okay, you ready? Listen.
Juno watched as the red and white blinking lights soared across the night sky like shooting stars, and waited as they disappeared into faraway places. Juno wondered where they came from. He wondered where they were going. And he wondered if any of the planes came from a little town near Seoul where his grandmother lived, and where she ate persimmons every evening before bed. Juno looked at the letter.
Okay, on this page, what is the want you guys to stop. I want you to think about it. I want you to talk to your table. What setting is Juno in right now? What's the setting? Talk to your people at your desk. Talk to those at your desk. You got to remember what the setting is, and then think of what setting he's in right now. Okay, you guys ready? Rebecca, what did your table decide? What is the setting for one? What's the setting? Well, the setting's outside. Good. Juno's outside. Good. That's the setting for this story. Good job, Ed Milson. But the setting is where the story is taking place, right? So you got to think, okay, the setting is where the story is taking place. So then I'm going to look at my picture and see where it's taking place, right? The pictures help us, right? They give us a picture of what's going on in the story. So, when it says, boys and girls, listen. When it says, Juno watched as the red and white blinking lights soared across the night sky like shooting stars, and he waited as it disappeared into faraway places. What is he talking about? Hands down. We're going to think about it.
Okay.
Think. Talk to your table and see if they have an idea of what it is. What is he talking about here? Are you talking to Leo? You don't know.
We never learned about this. I know.
Juno watched as the red and white blinking lights soared across the sky. What red and white blinking lights is he talking about? Camilla? Shooting stars? No. Justin?
The little fly thing, the little fly.
Oh, like the fireflies? No. Jacqueline?
Like fly, like peeing everywhere.
No. One, you got an idea? What are the red and white blinking lights that are going to fly across the sky? Elise?
Is it that thing soaring through the sky?
It could, yeah, what is that?
I don't know.
Juan, what did you say? This table? Yes, good job, boys. So, he's talking about an airplane. He's describing an airplane. Okay. Now, and he's thinking about, who did it say he was thinking about? In he's sitting on the swing and he's thinking about if that airplane is going to Grandma. Good job. And it said Grandma ate persimmons every night. I want you to, wait a minute, stop and think. I want you to think, what are persimmons? Hang on. Talk to your table. Talk to your table, group.
I think like medicine.
And Wilson, talk to your table. What are persimmons? Hayden, participate, bud. What do you think persimmons are? What are persimmons?
Oh, like flowers. Hey, I'm here right here.
Not right now. So you don't need to have the pencil in your hand.
Wait. So it's something to eat, not to drink or anything. Because it says something to eat.
Something she ate every night. Elise? Elise's table? What do you think? What? Nuts? No? But that is something she could eat every night, right? Okay. Justin, Lynn, Leah, you got any idea? Nope. Ariana, do you have any idea? You don't know what persimmons are? No?
I Medicine.
Medicine. What did you say? Lemons. You are kind of close. It's a fruit. Good job. Persimmons are a fruit. They kind of look like a tomato, I think. I don't know. Anyways, well, let's go to the next page. Kind of looks like an orange.
A tomato?
Oh no, persimmons are the type of fruit.
You got a tomato.
Okay, you guys ready? Boys and girls, are we ready?
Yeah.
We're turning off our voices.
Earth that came that day. It was long and white and smudged. He saw the red and blue marks on the edges and knew the letter came from far away. His name and address were neatly printed on the front, so he knew the letter was for him. But best of all, the special stamp on the corner told Juno that the letter was from his grandmother.
All right. So, what is the word? It says it was long and white and smudged. Put your hands down. What do you think the word smudged means? Talk about it with your table group. What do you think the word smudged means? I want you to talk to Leah. If you have an answer, I want you to talk to Leah.
So would it be a pear? Is it a pear? Yeah. Is it all white?
And we're giving real answers. We're not just making up things that come to our minds. I want you to be serious. What do you think smudged means? Okay.
Is it a banana? No, it's not.
Okay, guys, ready? I'm going to talk to this table. They've got their hands up. Mason, what does your table think smudged means? Like kind of spread across something? Okay, you've got the right idea.
And squish.
Like squish? Like squish? No, not really squish, but like something spread across.
Like paint.
Like paint?
Like paint. Like blue, red, blue, red.
Like paint. You could smudge paint. So if I smudged paint, what would I be doing, Paisley? If I smudged some paint, what would I be doing, Justin?
Smudging like a tomato.
No. Rebecca?
Banana.
No, like a smudge, guys. If I smudged, if I was writing on the board, blah, 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 and I went like that, what did I just do? I smudged it. I accidentally went over it. Okay? I smudged it.
I know.
Okay? So that means the writing on the letter was a little smudged. You can tell that it had been traveling. So the writing was smudged.
So what table got it right?
It's okay. It's not about being right or wrong. Okay? Why would his grandma need to put a special stamp on the letter? Stop. I'm not going to answer you if you're whining at me. I want you to talk to your table group. And we'll sit up. Talk to your table group. Why would they put a special stamp to send something?
I think she put it there. Me too. Stop it. The grandma is a it probably is. The grandma send him a note.
All right. Ariana has her hand up. She thinks she knows. Ariana, why would they put a special stamp on a letter?
Oh, you send it. So you could send it.
Why do we put stamps on letters?
Don't whine.
I'm not going to call on you if you're me. Do you need need to think about it a little bit more? Do you need to think about it a little bit more? No? Okay, well then speak to me. Because it's a note. Emerson, why do you put a stamp on a letter?
Because his grandma makes you he put the letter in somewhere.
Okay, so she put on the letter to send it to Juno. Why do we put the stamps on the letters, Hayden?
Because it lets them know what
Boys and girls, I can't hear Hayden.
Because they want to put stamps on it.
They put stamps on it, yeah. Okay, Justin.
To know it's an envelope that goes to someone.
To know it's an envelope that goes to someone, yes. Okay, Elise.
Because you have to put it on the letter to send it.
You have to put it on the letter to send it. What if you don't have a stamp on your letter? And you put it in your mailbox and you put the flag up for the mailman to come and get it. Is the mailman going to take it if it does not have a stamp on it?
No.
No, he's not, because guess what? We pay for stamps. That's kind of your way of paying for your letter to be sent. And so since Juno's grandma put a special stamp on it because she's from another country, she probably had to pay a little bit more to send that letter. Okay? Okay.
Through the
Listen.
window, Juno could see his parents. He saw bubbles growing in the sink. He saw dirty dishes waiting to be washed. He knew he would have to wait for the cleaning to be done before his parents could read the letter to him. Maybe I can read the inside too, Juno said to his dog, Sam. Sam wagged his tail. Very carefully, Juno opened the envelope. Inside, he found a letter folded into a neat, small square. He unfolded it. Tucked inside were a picture and a dried flower.
Listen. All right. So, who are the characters so far? Hayden, take that pencil out of your mouth. That's 2 warnings. If I have to speak to you again, I'm going to have to tell your teacher that you should probably clip down. Okay? So far, who are the characters in our story? Wait, stop, put your hands down. Talk about it with your group. Come up with the characters in the story. Ariana, come over here and sit where Ariana Augusto normally sits. Since I don't think she's coming. So you can have a group. Talk about it with your group. Who are the characters? Oh, Joe Adele. Joe Adele. You need to talk to your group. Talk to them. Talk to them. Say, hey, I know who the characters are. They're blah, 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 blah. Tell them. And remember, who are the characters that we know about up to this point? Ed Milson.
Wait, don't forget about the grandma.
Hang on, listen. Ed Milson says his mom, his dad, his dog. What's the dog's name? Sam. Good. And Juno. Those are the 4 characters that we know about right now. Grandma is technically not a character yet. We know she wrote to Juno. Okay.
But in the
you already know the story? Yes, you're right, Jacqueline. Okay, boys and girls, at this table. Why do we have that right now, Justin? Put it away, please. Okay. So, what is the setting that mom and dad are in? What's the setting for mom and dad right now? Talk about it to your group first. What setting are mom and dad in? What's the setting for mom and dad? Jacqueline? They're washing that. Well, that's what they're doing. They're inside of the house. Good. Okay, hang on. They're in the kitchen. Good job. What's the setting for Juno? Where's Juno? Hang on. Stop. Wait a minute, guys. Quiet down. Put your hands down. Put your hands down. Talk to your group first.
Eat outside.
All right. Leah's table. Leah. He's still outside, right? He's looking in the window at his mom and dad in the kitchen. Well, he's not really spying. He's just looking. Okay, and when he says, maybe I can read the inside too, his letter. Maybe he can read the letter. Why do you think he thinks he can read the inside of the letter? The letter, huh? Talk to your group for a minute. You need to think about it. We're thinking about it first.
Probably because the mom and dad
Okay, Jacqueline, why do you think he could maybe read the inside of the letter?
Because he don't know who sent it yet.
You don't think he knows who sent it?
I think he tried to read it.
You think he's trying to read it? Why might he be trying to read it, Elise?
Because it's in a different language and they can't read it.
Maybe. Okay. Hang on. What did they say was in the letter with the letter? What did they say was in the letter? One. A picture of a cat and what? There was one more thing. Eden? There was the letter. Good. The letter, the picture of the cat. Joadell. There was a dried flower in it. Good job. Okay, guys, wait, listen. We're going on to the next page. Ready?
Juno looked at the letters and words he couldn't understand. He pulled out the photograph. It was a picture of his grandmother holding a cat. He pulled out the red and yellow flower. It felt light and gentle, like a dried leaf. Juno smiled. "Come on, Sam," Juno said. "Let's find Mom and Dad."
So it says, when he looked at the letters and words, he couldn't understand it. And Elise was right. It was in another language, so he couldn't understand it.
Elise.
Okay. How does it describe the dried leaf? Boys and girls, how does it describe the dried leaf? Talk to your table first.
How
does it describe the dried leaf?
How do you know that this is happening? Because we read it twice. Yeah, but that doesn't
describe the dry leaf? Well, in the words, in the story, how did it describe the dried leaf?
Grandma would have said flower.
All right, boys and girls, we're going to share the answers that you have.
A dried flower. There's no dried flower. Yeah, you can buy dried flower.
All right, guys. How did the story describe the dried leaf? Paisley. How did the story describe the dried leaf? How did they describe it? Were you listening?
We were talking and then they were talking, so we figured out.
But were you talking about how they were describing the dried leaf?
No, they were just guessing because they already know that book.
Okay. Juan, let's not mess with that, okay? That's a test. Ariana, how does it describe the dried leaf?
For like the whole night. I think about it for the whole night.
How soon will let everybody wake up?
No, but how do they describe the dried leaf? There are some words in here. Rebecca.
I wake up in the morning when the sun is out.
Right in the paper.
Okay, and then, listen guys, he pulled out the red and yellow flower. It felt light and gentle, like a dried leaf. How did they describe the flowers? Paisley, how did it just describe the flower? What colors? What colors? Hang on, I'm trying to listen to Paisley and I can't hear her. Not orange. He pulled out the red and yellow. Red and yellow. Good. How else did it describe the flower? Elise? It was, yes, it was light and gentle like a dried leaf. Good job. Okay, ready?
Grandma has a new cat, Juno said as he handed the letter to his mother. And she's growing red and yellow flowers in her garden. How do you know she has a new cat? Juno's father asked. She wouldn't send me a picture of a strange cat, said Juno. I guess not, said Juno's father. How do you know the flower is from her garden? Asked Juno's mother. She wouldn't send me a flower from someone else's garden, Juno answered. No, she wouldn't, said Juno's mother. Then Juno's mother read him the letter. Dear Juno, how are you? I have a new cat to keep me company. I named him Juno after you. He can't help me weed, but the rabbits no longer come to eat my flowers. Grandma. Just like you read it yourself, Juno's father said. I did read it, Juno said. Yes, you did, said his mother.
So how did he read that letter without being able to read the words or understand the words? Talk to your group first. I don't want to see hands up until you talk to your group. How did he know what the letter said without having to read it?
And don't talk when she's talking.
Did you talk to your group? Now he is.
Grandma said that flower.
Leah, put that chair down, please.
Letter said,
All right, one.
you can send a picture.
How do you think he knew what was going to be in the letter?
And the picture, she wouldn't send a picture of a string cat.
You need to think a little bit more, Joe Adele. How did he know what was in the letter without having to read the letter?
Wait, but she said that she got a new.
Yeah, they just did. Ed Wilson. Hang on. She put the letter, in the letter, she put a picture and the dried flowers. So he made inferences. Inferences are basically predictions about what something could be by seeing something. Like when you look at these pictures, you're making an inference about what's happening in the story without reading the story. Okay? So he made an inference and said, well, I guess Grandma is going to tell me she got a new cat and she's growing red and yellow flowers because she sent me a dried red and yellow flower and she sent me a picture of a cat. Okay? Because it said Juno did not read the letter because he couldn't understand it. All right, ready?
He's climbing the tree.
At school, Juno showed his class his grandmother's picture and dried flower. His teacher even pinned the letter to the board. All day long, Juno kept peeking at the flower from his grandmother's garden. He didn't have a garden that grew flowers, but he had a swinging tree. Juno looked at the letter pinned to the board. Did his grandmother like getting letters too? Yes, Juno thought. She likes getting letters just like I do. So Juno decided to write one. After school, Juno ran to his backyard. He picked a leaf from the swinging tree, the biggest leaf he could find. Juno found his mother, who was sitting at her desk. He showed her the leaf. I'm going to write a letter, he told her. I'm sure it will be a very nice letter, she answered, and gave him a big yellow envelope. Yes, it will, Juno said. And then he began to draw.
All right, so why do you think Juno is getting a leaf from the tree? Ray, put your hands down and talk to your group. Why do you think he went to go pick a leaf?
Exactly. Why do you think that he's picking up a flower for him? Your grandma gave him a flower.
Why do you think he picked a leaf?
Okay, he's going to show it to
That's not
Oh, I'm going to call on Hayden. Okay, boys and girls, quiet down. Hayden has an answer for me. Hayden, why do you think?
because he's going to show his mom.
He's going to show his mom. What do you think he's going to do with that leaf?
Pick it.
He's gonna pick it, right? Okay, why is he gonna pick that leaf, Ariana? Why do you think he's gonna pick the leaf? So you think that he's picking the leaf so he can send it to his grandmother?
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
First, he drew a picture of his mom and dad standing outside the house. Second, he drew a picture of Sam playing underneath his big swinging tree. Then, very carefully, Juno drew a picture of himself standing under an airplane in a starry nighttime sky. After he was finished, he placed everything in the envelope. Here's my letter, Juno announced proudly. You can read it if you want. Juno's father looked in the envelope. He pulled out the leaf. Only a big swinging tree could grow a leaf this big, he said. Juno's mother pulled out one of the drawings. What a fine picture, she said. It takes a good artist to say so much with a drawing. Juno's father patted Juno on the head. It's just like a real letter, he said. It is a real letter, Juno said. It certainly is, said his mother. Then they nailed the envelope and waited.
All right. Why do you think Juno drew pictures?
Let's look.
I want you to talk to your group first.
Casey, your turn. What do you think Juno drew pictures?
Why do you think he drew pictures?
I think because
Well, I should rephrase that. Why do you think he drew pictures rather than writing a letter? Why do you think he drew pictures rather than writing a letter?
yeah, that's probably it. Because
Okay, let's quiet down. Quiet down, Juan. Hang on. Wait a minute, boys and girls. I cannot hear Juan. Okay, Juan, go ahead. He wanted to send it to his grandma, but why do you think he chose to draw rather than write? Elise?
Because he can't write like her, so she wouldn't be able to understand it.
So maybe because he couldn't write in Korean? Okay. I can go with that. But why else do you think he might draw rather than write? And Milson?
He wanted to make a wine for his grandmother, and he made a picture.
He made pictures. Why did he make pictures instead of writing? Camilla?
Because he doesn't know how to write.
Good job. He might not even know how to write.
Because he didn't understand the letters.
So he didn't understand the letter, so he doesn't know how to write Korean. But maybe he doesn't know how to write yet. So how old do you think Juno would be if he didn't know how to write?
6.
Maybe 6. I would hope he would know how to write by the time he was 6, a little bit.
4.
Maybe 5 or 4. So he's young, right? We think Juno might be young.
3.
Okay, boys and girls, I want to get to...
My sister has.
All right, we will have to talk about this at another time because wind time is over. Oh, wait a minute. Sit back down in your chairs. I did not dismiss you yet. If you brought a pencil, make sure you take your pencil with you. Sit down. Justin's table may line up at the door. Please push in your chair. At Nelson's table,